Hazard was a kind of Peyton Place. I have found over the years that the coal people, especially the coal wives, because they had a lot of free time on their hands, would go and shack up with various and sundry men. The butcher at the little local grocery store was an exceedingly handsome young man. And occasionally the wives would go and meet up with the butcher at a little motel outside of town.
One at a time, right?
One at a time,
Yes.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But this, to my surprise, was going on. So I got a phone call one day from another woman who said, I saw Bill riding outside of town in a car. He was a passenger and there was a woman driving. But don't worry, because he was way over by the door. And I checked on that when he came home, and indeed he had been riding out to see mental health centers.
Mm-hmm.
But anyone who was riding in a car, man and a woman, was suspicious, according to Hazard lore.
Yeah.
So I'll never forget that phone call.
Mm-hmm.
What happened with the two districts that did not want to join originally?
The two county health departments didn't want to join the district. They just didn't want to give up their own autonomy, and they continued as they were. I have no idea if they regretted it or not, but certainly we were doing comparatively well.
Okay, I have a question. You know, if we start listing your responsibilities in this position, they seem overwhelming. When you add up everything, it just seems like a lot to put on somebody's plate.
Yeah, well, I didn't particularly see it that way. I knew that this would be a lot of work. There were a lot of personal relationships involved in this. It was building trust, and I knew I had both advantages and disadvantages in that regard. The advantage I had, of course, was I had the degrees, I had the training, I was connected with a medical school, and the state health department was supportive of this idea. On the downside, I was an outsider. I wasn't known to anybody. They were suspicious of outsiders. History had taught them that outsiders came in, told them what was good for them, and then left. And they expected that I would do the same, that I would not be there, that I was not going to be a permanent resident in this area. They expected that I would leave, and of course I did after 3.5 years. I'd already promised Ardith that I would not spend my career in Hazard. But we came with honesty, with integrity, with, I think, a good plan, and we came with money, or the promise of money. So it was hard for them not to try. Of course, they had the option to drop out at any time as well. None of this was necessarily permanent. So that meant that we had, I think, some real incentives for them to be with us, even though there was a level of suspicion. The ultimate control lay with them, however, because any board could meet by itself on the side and decide they didn't trust us anymore, they didn't like what was going on, and they could leave.
Okay, hold on just a second here.
Recording stopped.